Howdy, Fortniters. Today, I have another rendition of my How to Get 20 Plus Kills video series I've been making. Series, sorry, kind of got tongue-tied there. But this right here is going to be a 22 kill, 0 build duos gameplay on OG mode. As y'all recall, the first video I made of this series was builds in regular battle royale, and this is part 2. We're doing a totally different mode and setting here, and so I just want to show you guys the different ways that you can get high kill games no matter who you are, no matter what you play on. And so without further ado, let's get right into breaking down this gameplay. So here I am. I see this house has been, I hear somebody out in the street rather, and so just hit some good shots with the LMG. I cannot emphasize enough how important aim is on this game. And so, you know, when you can take players down quickly, it don't matter if they're pro level players or bots or just, you know, noobs somewhere in between. Just being able to take down players like that in a matter of seconds. I turn the corner and see someone right there and just hit all my shots. I think I hit 6 out of 7 LMG shots to be precise, to be specific. And so just accuracy, guys, I think is the #1 thing, even more so than building in any shooter game, especially Fortnite. So we have 2 kills right there, just kind of, you know, sticking to our motto. I hear somebody else right around the corner over there, so I take his bush off of him, and I see him running, and he's kind of retreating away from me. So you'll notice that I just always maintain kind of a wide angle and continue putting fire on him to not let him get away while he's hurt. And just like that, 3 kills. This part's really impressive right here, I think. So I'm getting the reboot from my teammate who died, and right around the second I hear somebody coming up to me around that 18-wheeler, and I realize I'm not gonna get the reboot off in time, so I run over there, boom, pegged him for 169, ended up killing both of the enemies. They didn't hit too many shots on me anyways, but I'm gonna go ahead and replay it for y'all in slow-mo. I want y'all to pay attention right here, how when I hear those enemies, I'm not retreating, running for cover, I'm running at them, putting pressure. And look at the body language of this player. He's coming at me and shoots a rocket, but as soon as I jump right here and hit this shot, aka good aim, like I always say is important, look how he starts retreating, and his shots are all wild and sporadic. Now the second player, he's all gung-ho and aggressive, and then as soon as I start hitting him for a few shots, you can watch his body language, watch him start retreating. Right before our very eyes, you can see just the change in demeanor from these players as soon as you start putting hits on them. And so I just cannot emphasize enough how important hitting your shots is. Accuracy, aim, the #1 thing. That huge headshot I hit just totally damaged their psyches. Now right here, I riffed and I see enemies fighting right there, and I want you to pay really close attention to where I end up landing at. I don't just land directly on them in the middle of the combat. I come out at a little bit of a wide angle around the side. By doing this is good positioning, good IQ. I get high ground and they don't see me coming. I'm actually missing my shotgun shots. This is actually the worst aim I had this entire game, but I'm still doing damage. They just finished a fight, so they're not ready to deal with me quite yet. They're not the best players, I don't think, anyways. But irregardless, guys, if I had landed right in the middle of them, it would have been so easy for them to shoot back at me. And 2 against 1 and 0 builds is no bueno. But just by landing a little bit to the side on high ground, you can totally change the prospect of any given gunfight. Over here, I'm rifting again, and once again, intelligent by me, landing behind a tree for natural cover since it's 0 builds. And I hit him 105. Replay mode glitched out. I wish I could no scope that accurately. I don't know why it's not even showing me aiming down my sights. I'd be lying to you if I said I was no scoping that accurately. But in the real gameplay, I'm aiming down sights. It just I don't know why it appears that way in replay mode right now. We get a knock with the double heavy there, and then you know, look how I'm kind of staying on like the downside of the hill. I did not no-scope him there. I wish I was that accurate where I could kill somebody with a no-scope like that, but I wasn't. I used the hill, the terrain to my advantage in that last fight, and right here, I see somebody shooting at me just in the corner of my eye. I just flick over and see it, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not ready to fight. I need a break because I just finished several fights, and there's nothing wrong with retreating if you feel uncomfortable and don't feel ready. So I riffed, and I see one guy over here distracted, so I'm just gonna go ahead and land on him, and he's kind of trying to get away from me. but I'm hitting my shots pretty good, and we end up downing him with a 100 headshot. This right here was annoying. I got this guy down to like 5 HP or something. He had to have been so low. And I'm sitting here, I'm stuck. I can't even climb up to him. I'm stuck on the low ground, and I know he's going to get away because it's 0 builds. I can't build up to him. So instead of panicking, I just stay patient. I just slide down the hill, and I just make sure to keep track of him. My teammates helping to kind of shoot rockets at him to keep him on edge. And I see that he's went into this little hut right here, this little cabin, whatever you want to call this thing. And so I'm just being cautious. He's now left, and he's in another fight. I'm not going to let those guys steal my kill, though. And so I down him, or I get the elimination with that headshot. And then I see another team over here. I'm not sure that snipe missed, but it did somehow. And in any case, I start getting shot at from the side. In the heat of the moment, I can't tell where it's coming from. So with me feeling uncomfortable, I simply just retreat. I run away from that fight to live another day. Nothing wrong with that. Way later, here we are. I'm in the house shielding up, and I hear enemies coming towards me. So I go on top of the house for natural high ground. I get that guy really damaged, and we just double head these guys for an easy kill. I know it looks pretty simple, y'all. I know it doesn't look too fancy, but if it's more impressive than it might look. I play very simple and intelligent, patient and calm, but you know, playing fast, getting those quick eliminations is how you succeed in this game, no matter who you're going against. I got a knock with the trap. I set that trap at the very beginning of the game, and I remember the exact building that I had put it in when I started the match. If any of you were paying close attention, you might notice that I put that trap down at the very beginning, and I just got a knock with it. And so conveniently enough, I'm actually close to my initial starting point of retail row. So I go over there, I knock this guy, and notice how I'm not just bum rushing down the middle. I'm staying on my high ground. I'm using a house's natural high ground and cover, and then we just hit our shots accurately and eliminate that guy. And the dude that I knocked with the trap is around the corner somewhere, so I just end up downing him really quickly. If there's one thing you learn from my videos, it's that I play very calm, patient, and methodical, and I prioritize aim, aim, aim. Once again, I'm getting shot in the back, and I don't even want to look and deal with it. I just finished killing 3 people, so I'm going to get away and live to see another day. In 0 builds, that's the smartest thing you can do sometimes. A little bit later, I jump on top of this house, just getting ready for the end game. It's only 7 people left, and I hear people over there. And this guy jumps right up here, and thank goodness I hit my shots, because he got me down to, look at that, only 10 HP left. That was the hardest fight that I had this entire game. And so I know I'm weak, and his teammate's going to be coming to help, so I'm trying to just get into some natural cover and shield up. I'm definitely nervous here, because I don't want to ruin my high kill game. I jump down here, and I see him rezzing, and I end up knocking the teammate again, because I don't want them to have 2 people being able to come after me one-on-one. Is so much easier than 2-on-1. No idea how that rocket didn't actually damage him at all. It makes no sense. But in any case, I heard another team coming to third party this fight, so that's why I went down here and just let my campfire rejuvenate my health while that one guy fights the new team of 2. I'm not worried about him getting the res off again. If the other team didn't third party, I would probably have to push it and try to eliminate them right away so we didn't revive. But thankfully, this second team showed up, and it gave me a little bit of time to heal, and we just ended up getting behind them, hitting our scar shots from close range good. He wasn't able to really hit us at all. And I know his teammates around here somewhere, so I'm just staying patient right there in natural cover. Boom, 192 headshot. Accuracy, man. That's how you send a shiver down someone's spine, is just hitting headshots with a shotgun like that. Look how I was like under the stairs, though. I was in a spot where he couldn't see me, but I could see him when he was coming. Just high IQ positioning, you guys. That's all it takes. Right here, 5 people left, me and 2 other duos. This is the final fight. I was waiting for them to third party, and I end up hearing it right now. I'm kind of crawling out into the street to see where they're shooting each other at, and just patiently waiting, just being calm, calm, calm. No panic, no rush. I see someone over there, so we're just going to shoot a quick rocket for kicks and gigs. I'm trying to get on top of this little van, but I slipped down. Doesn't matter, though. No panic. Just hit my shots. And now let's go behind this 18-wheeler for natural cover. I always do that. I'm not running out in the open. I'm staying behind natural cover as much as I possibly can. And so we get another knock, and I know that there's only 2 people left, and I see them both on top of that building over there. So instead of me bum rushing like a silly willy, I go around, I get on top of the building across from them, hit them with the scar shot, and that's the game. 22 kill duos, 0 build OG victory, you guys. That's how you do it right there. It might look simple, might look novice, and some of it might be the opponents that I had in this lobby. There weren't any crazy sweats, but at the same time, it makes it look really easy when you're able to have good positioning and hit your shots accurately. Because if an opponent doesn't have time to react, if you down them in 1 second, no matter if they're pro or not. But anyways, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know if this video helped you guys. Let me know any suggestions you have for future videos. I hope you all have an incredibly blessed rest of y'all's day in the Lord Jesus' name. And as I always say, your boy Ellie out.